Teri right now is leading our charge when it comes to equity, diversity, and inclusion. And the importance around it is she's been involved in this space for a very long time.
Someone that can not only create ideas, but lead us to execution, it's vital, and Teri's been outstanding.
She has this real quality that brings people together.
The status quo is not good enough, and hiring someone like Teri is so very important because she's a leader. She's excellent at her job, and she's an even better human being. And so that's why it's important that she's here.
And why, for you, this role at this time? Why did that make sense?
Wow, that's a great question. You know, it seems like the culmination of all the roles that I've had in my career, really leading up to this one. I find this work to be quite fulfilling. It's impactful. There are so many ways to achieve success. At the end of the day, we're really looking at building an inclusive environment, and there's numerous ways to attack that and to think about who are we missing in the room, what perspectives are we not getting the benefit of, so that we can unlock potential.
We had a racial reckoning this summer, one that I hope is not over. Does this role and this opportunity exist if that doesn't happen?
I think so, because, you know, what that really created was an awareness, I think, of how systemic racism has affected individuals for such a long period of time and in such a day-to-day way. And it really, unfortunately, brought to light that this is not a 9-to-5 experience for some in our communities, for Black individuals, for our Indigenous community, for other impacted and marginalized groups. And these are our colleagues, these are our friends. And so how do we drive impact outside in our communities using the influence that we have?
The floor is already set pretty high when you look at some of the executives working here. Ali Curtis, Michael P. Clemens, Masai Ujiri. There aren't many sports organizations in North America that can say they have 3 Black high-level executives. Why do you think that's the case?
I think that the vision was there for years before I joined. The belief that we need the best talent, and the best talent is diverse, was obviously something that was practiced long before the incidents of the last year, and has been a vision for some time. And I really see my role as amplifying that vision and really creating a framework by which we attack it in a very targeted, specific, and focused way.
After you, when this work continues, what do you want your legacy to be? What change for sustained success would you like to see?
As a leader, I immediately start to think about succession and building capability for those around me who are interested and have aspiration to do similar work. In terms of the work itself, I think it can be sustained if we really are successful at addressing the systematic barriers, because that requires a bit more digging, unpeeling of the onion, so to speak, and really getting at those barriers that have been in place for years or decades that no one thinks about because you haven't considered looking through it through the lens of inclusion or exclusion. Who are we leaving out in that discussion? So it can be as simple as you're sitting in a meeting, which I was, with the general managers, and they said, well, Teri, one of the first things we have to fix is that you're the only woman sitting with us. That can't be right, you know, given what we're talking about. And it's someone that's thinking about that. So I think that's work that can be sustained over time. And that would be one aspect of a legacy I would like to leave.